Hey Soul Tribe family, this is Dr. Young back again with another video. So it's something about an enemy vehicle was towed or repoed. And they're walking around like the weight of the world is on their shoulders about a material item. And this particular enemy on the job was planted there to report everything I say and do. Some people will never learn. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is Dr. Young back with another video. So this is episode 4. We're talking about these innumerable evils. These are evils that people have done, but I'm being nice about how I am talking about it. The weight that was not yours to carry. I think I'm going to help somebody in this video, though, if you let me. Releasing burdens. Some people don't know how to release a burden. It's some burdens we have, we want to carry, we want to keep, we want to babysit them a little while longer. But sooner or later, we got to let them go. We got to release those burdens. So there are battles you survive that you were never meant to keep carrying. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to somebody. This Wednesday, this church night, I'm trying to help somebody. I'm going to give you a testimony of mine. Nobody probably ever believes this, but I hope I help somebody. So I had a vehicle repoed, but not because I couldn't make the payment. I need you to hear me now. It's because I chose to save somebody's vehicle who was 3 months behind, not at their fault and not at my fault. So I sought the Lord about it, and the Lord told me to save their vehicle. But in order to save theirs, mine stood a chance of being repoed, because instead of making my payments, I was catching up their 3 payments that was behind, that the repo person was getting ready to come and get their vehicle. See, that's why some people think they can take my kindness for weakness. No, I listen to God when he tells me how to treat a person. So I took the funds that I should have been paying my car note with and caught, see, it didn't take but 2 of my payments to catch their 3 up. So I caught their payment up. And as I was getting ready to make my 3rd payment, and by the way, this particular vehicle, the Lexus, came off of West Side Lexus showroom floor. 2-tone wood grain Lexus 05. I ain't just started riding nice. I've been riding nice all my life. So, and cars don't drive me, I drive them. So I let that Lexus go. Yes, 2-tone, tan and white. But instead of my brother coming to say, hey, let's get your car back, because I saw what you did for somebody else. They said to me, you ain't never let me drive it. So what that mean? It got repoed because I didn't let you drive it? No, God told me to save the other person's car. I want y'all to hear me very, very well. So I still had access to drive that person's vehicle, but I didn't do it all the time. So let me just help somebody. So I probably should have did this one on a live. So I started catching a ride to work with a young lady, but still God moved. I only had to pay her between $25 and $35 every 2 weeks. So that's like at the most $70. If I didn't have it, $50 a month that I had to pay her to ride with her every day to work. She picked me up and brought me home. But let me show you, I never would have had that opportunity had I not let my car go, listen to God, and save somebody else's. Because every morning as we drove to work, she could sing like an angel. And so she would sing a song, and I would do a scripture, and then I would pray a prayer, and then we would just worship the Lord all the way to work. And we worked in the prison system, and as we walked down the corridors, no one ever bothered us because the Lord was with us. But let me get back to the story that's going to help somebody. So I let my car get repoed. And so I started riding with her, and I started paying her anywhere between $25 and $35 every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, to ride with her. But we sought the Lord every morning and every evening on the way home. Y'all don't hear me. The joy of the Lord is my strength. And so I began to save money, and I told her, I'll be out of your hair in 2 months. She said, oh, no, don't worry about my hair. I'm loving what we're doing every day. I've been praying to God for a friend that loves the Lord like I do. And she said, you can ride with me even when you get a car. If you don't want to drive it, you don't have to. Look at God. See, you ain't going to get these encounters being selfish and worrying about if somebody's thinking your kindness is weakness. You missing things in life being evil. You missing God encounters being evil. And so I began to save my money. And remember I told you the Lexus 05 off the showroom floor at Westside Lexus in Houston, Texas. Yes, that's where I got it from. I walked and got it. Yes, off the showroom floor. And I let it go to save somebody else's vehicle. But I had a God encounter. So I started saving my money. And one Saturday I was driving down the street and I looked over and I saw a black Lexus. And I said, Lord, I want that Lexus. He said, well, go over there and get it. So I had the $2,000 in my pocket that I had saved. And I went on the lot and it was closed, but the man was there. And I said, I'll be back next week. He said, no, you don't have to come back next week. I said, but sir, you're closed. I just wanted to get a closer look at that car. He said, what, that Lexus? I said, yeah. He said, you want it? I said, yes. He said, you can get it today. And I looked at him. I said, sir, today you're closed. He said, you can get it today if you want it. What do you want to do to get it? I said, well, I want to pay for it cash. And he said, do you have? And he said the amount. I said, no, I don't have all of it, but I have half. He said, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. You give me what you want me to have today. He didn't say all of it. He said, give me what you want me to have today. See, this is an God encounter. And I have these often. That's why I don't worry about money and stuff. That's why I don't have to hit anybody in the head and rob and steal and scheme and connive people to get no money. Because God got something better than money. Sometimes money can't buy some things. So he said, just give me what you want me to have today and I'll do the rest in payments. And I said, do you want me to take it today? He said, if you want to. He said, but you can leave it here and come back and get it Monday so I can get it cleaned up and, have it ready for you when you come. And I said, okay, that's cool. So I think I gave him $2,000. We wrote it up. He did a payment of $225 a week. And so I told her on Monday when I rode to work with her that I had gotten a car. She said, well, if you want to leave it there and pay it off, you can. Or you can bring it home and still save your money on gas and whatever and keep riding with me. She did not want me to get in my own car. So I told her, okay. I said, well, the only way I'll drive my car is if I have errands to run after work. Other than that, I'll keep riding with you and keep paying you. She said, fine, thank you. So the moral of the story is I went on a closed lot. The owner happened to be in there doing work. He came out and serviced me and said, what do you want? That car? You can have it. And he said, give me what you have. And I gave him what I have and he worked out payments. And then close to the end of the payments, he forgave the balance because he said, I paid so well and I paid on time. And he said he knew I needed that car. He said, I didn't feel you wanted it. I felt you needed it. A God encounter. I didn't have to rob nobody. I didn't have to steal nobody. I made a sacrifice to save somebody else's vehicle and let mine get repoed. And when the repo man came, he said, everybody else run out of the house screaming, hollering, and crying. And all you said is, sir, let me get my belongings out and you can take the car. He said, nobody does that. See, it's how you got to act if you want some God encounters. I know y'all probably not going to listen to this video, but it's long, but this video could help somebody if you listen to it. So sometimes the enemy's greatest trick is making you hold on to what God already told you to release. See, God told me to release that car. And guess what? After I paid those little few notes, I had a car note free, still driving in a Lexus, two-tone, tan in the inside, wood grain. But this time, that first Lexus was white. This time, the second one was black. But everything on the inside was the same. The enemy's greatest trick is making you hold on to something that God has already told you to release. The young lady who lost her car, God had already told you to release it. You couldn't afford it when you got it. He told you not to get it. You did it anyway. But what I want you to know is don't let shame get you down. Let that wound go so God can bring the right vehicle in your life. Old identities, unforgiveness, let all that go. And somebody might say, why would you even give her encouraging words? And her assignment was what it was. Well, that was her assignment. It wasn't mine. And what did she prosper? I'm still working. She just made the enemy, her daddy, who she sold her soul to, take her vehicle that she wasted money on paying. God don't like ugly. And he ain't too. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you listen to this video, it can help you.